Hey, I'm Jason, and today I want to talk a little bit about the Star Wars Takes account that gathers screenshots of past internet comments to paint pictures of people, me specifically in this instance, that are pretty outlandish, to be honest with you. And if I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, they believe what they're saying, or it doesn't matter. They just want things to, their tomatoes to continually throw at me. But it's all pretty much unfair. It's stupid. And most of it is from before I had any kind of attention whatsoever for anything. And I was talking on a message board to private friends. This wasn't a public message board. This was a private message board, and people took comments between friends and feuds and things that were going on the inside of that community, and then they blew it up and make it sound like it's something that it's not. And it just continually accusation after accusation. A lot of them are outlandish. Every now and then I'd have an off-color joke that was stupid and not funny, and that I regret saying, or making or whatever. But I guess let's look at it, since this is the world that we live in. So up front, they say he constantly likes to refer to himself as daddy, uncle, and calls women my child and children. Jason is 40 years old. That's a joke. The uncle thing is a joke. And when I'm saying my child, it's because they were calling us the holy trinity of Star Wars leakers at one point. And as they were calling us that, it was a joke. Like, yes, my child. Do you get it? I'm not saying it's comedy gold, just that's what it is. Now, this one right here is one of the ones that I see pushed around the most. Wow, I can't believe Making Star Wars is following me. And I say, that's normal for a girl your age. I'm joking around. It's almost like an airplane style joke, okay? And then I say, can you get Uncle Jason some aspirin and a Bloody Mary? And I'm joking. You want to know why I made that joke? This isn't just some random person on the internet. That was a friend of mine. And we had been out at Disneyland. We had been out drinking. And as we were out drinking at Disneyland, she commented, "You don't follow me back." And my response to that was, why would I follow you on Twitter? I talk to you in real life. We hang out. I don't really need to interact with you on Twitter. And so this is made to look like, oh, here we go, right there. We got them, boys. It's like, no, that's not what that is. That's you not understanding the context, okay? And then now here's where it gets a little bit cringy and stupid and needs all kinds of explanation, but whatever. So yeah, this one right here, not funny, but this was just more about me making a joke that I was married, and that I used to get hit on by Nirvana girls when I was young, and then now they're saying, why can't he be my dad? Because I liked good music. And then I'm like, oh wait, I'm married and old. She didn't mean it that way. It's just it's a fucking joke. Not funny. If I known I was going to have to defend it on the internet someday, I of course never would have made it. But whatever. This was when I was at Spencer's one day, and really cute girl is like, "What Star Wars costume should I get?" My boyfriend likes Star Wars, and I was like, "Well, he's gonna like the Slave Leia one. That's what he's gonna like." And then I made a joke: "Is it creepy, or am I helping her brother out?" I mean, what? And then this. So this right here is the part that is that where you need all of this explanation, because I think it comes up more than once in this. So a friend of mine went to Comic-Con, and she was a member of this message board called MakingStarWars.net. She was on that message board, as was her boyfriend some years before this, okay? They all go to Comic-Con together. I don't go. I'm not a part of the story. They go. The boyfriend breaks up with her. The boyfriend's best friend roofies her. I don't think I would call it having sex. I think he rapes her. And then after that, she is banned from the message board because she cheated on the guy who posted there, even though he broke up with her. And then it got turned into, oh, you're messing with his, because the rapist was a business partner. You're messing with his business, and that tore the board apart. The message board ends up splintering off into struttingrug.net, which was whatever. It's stupid. But that part is stupid. But it goes over, right? Well, what we end up having are the couple who were there who were trying to make this person seem like they were just the most awful, slut, that kind of stuff right there. They're together talking about wanting to, bang underage kids. And it was like, but that was the internet back in 2007, So at the time, we're just that is me throwing shade at them. But of course, the shade is made to look as if it's like a fucking firm statement by me. You know what I mean? And then this, once again, just a bad, dumb joke. Just a stupid fucking joke. You know what I mean? Because it's like, of course, the moderators are going to get rid of anything. I think this was, I could be wrong, but that might have been like, remember there was that event called like the Fappening or something like that? I think that might have been when that happened, when a bunch of celebrities had their stuff hacked. I can't remember, but that's a joke. I mean, but once again, not saying it's the funniest joke, So this one right here was like a whole thing where I worked in an office during college with a woman who didn't care that I was married and kept making like kind of advances and started saying, I like Star Wars too. She was really convinced that because we both like Star Wars and that kind of stuff, that there was something there, but I was married. And she ends up actually following me to this message board, and I wrote this actual comment, and in it, I sound stupid. It's very cringy. I wish I hadn't done it, but I just didn't know how to handle the situation. And I'm stupid sometimes, but that's what this is. Okay. Now this is once again 2007. I got an Xbox. I buy Uno for Xbox on the Xbox Live Store, or actually I bought it at the store because it came with the camera. So you have cameras, and I'm on Uno in 2007 for like an hour, and immediately I've seen a 400-pound man without his shirt on. Underage teenage girls are flashing people, are just naked on the camera. What's that site? I think it's like a Mingle or whatever it is. I can't remember what that stuff is, but it was like that, but with Uno. And yeah, it was very, very strange. And I wrote about that, So there you have it. Once again, it is what it is. I say stupid stuff, and that I said some stupid stuff here, but also that was a clusterfuck. That's just the truth. And then once again, struttingrug.net, the people who went and started that, underage Asian fuck buddies equals ace in the hole. That is talking about them because one of the dudes there was trying to get an Asian wife for reasons like, what's that show? That one show with the little guy who gets, yeah, he was one of those. And so that right there is what I'm making fun of. And so there we go, though. That means I'm all about underage Asian fuck buddies, right? It's like, use your fucking head. You know what I mean? But once again, I put myself in the situation by making comments, And then so right here, we just see more, of those are the moments that I said it from that message board. And by the way, I don't have control over that account anymore there. So if it's posting now or whatever it's posting now or whatever post it's editing, I don't have any control over. So just a heads up on that one. But yeah, so shitty Star Wars posts is all just a reminder while people are frothing at the mouth for Star Wars leaks. this is the person Lucasfilm is giving information to, and the person the news outlets and that news outlets have no qualms about supporting by sharing and promoting his content. And it's just like, you just don't know what you're talking about. So what happened here was, a person was DMing with me, and when we had like a friendship, okay, and then eventually she sends me photos, and then I guess regrets it. And I was complimentary, but I also like took the conversation and then talking about a girl that I was actually into, because I wasn't into this. I didn't want this to go anywhere, and I wasn't trying to make it go anywhere. And but we joked around, flirted, or whatever. Okay. And so I wrote, and at the time I felt bad. I mean, I still feel bad. I mean, I feel bad if anybody comes around me and then doesn't have a good time or whatever. But her take was, you're this powerful guy, so I felt like I needed to, appease you. Well, I never felt powerful, and I wasn't, and I still don't feel, still don't feel powerful. I don't feel like, I didn't go around going, I am powerful Jason, powerful man. Like I didn't walk around with that in my mind. And I still really don't. I mean, I'm cognizant of someone like her now, but didn't see things that way. Why would I? I mean, that's kind of weird, right? Powerful man, powerful man. But her take was, she needed to appease me and all this stuff. And my take was, this person didn't work for me. This person didn't write, they didn't write for me. They didn't make content with me. They were just someone on the internet. And that person had a few leaks. And then people started saying that I was her uncle. And it became like an inside joke between us that I think she started, maybe, but whatever. I'll just say I started it. Who fucking cares? Um, uh, and basically, so I wrote an apology, and she didn't accept it. And she didn't accept it because the timeline was off or something like that. It was like an honest mistake on that part. And so I said, okay, fine, I'll take the apology down. If you don't accept the apology, why would I leave the apology up? You know? And so that became what it became. Her and I have since talked and patched things up. And she doesn't want anything to do with any of the stuff. And I would appreciate if anybody who knows who she is just leaves her the fuck alone. Just don't talk to her. Just leave her alone. But that said, yeah, my take was, hey, if I offended you, if I hurt you, or if I, anything, then I'm sorry. So this one right here is just fucking complete fucking garbage. Jason made money by impersonating an underage woman. He used vague photos of Amanda to trick older men into giving him money in the guise of a teen girl. Not true at all. Not true at all. Want to know the actual story? I'll tell you the actual story. So during college, my girlfriend, wife, whatever, she became my wife later on, worked at a lingerie store. And I would go down to the lingerie store and I would get things held for me. This is during college and money's real tight. And right before the sale, then when the sale would go on, we would buy the stuff and then we would put it on eBay. I would sell it on eBay for a profit. And if it was a really good sale and with coupons and stuff like that, we knew how to kind of game it. So I'm selling it on eBay, and eventually a dude is like, he thinks that I'm a woman because I'm selling the lingerie. And he's like, is it an extra small? And I'm like, yeah, it's an extra small. And then I'm just like trying to like get through the transaction. And then he's all, I really need to make sure it's really an extra small. So can you try it on and I'll pay you more? And I was like, oh yeah, I just tried it on. It's totally so. Can you try on the person was a creep and was trying to get the person on the other side to try on all the lingerie, so they were buying used lingerie. That's what they were doing. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm totally doing it. while I got extra money from it on via PayPal that one time from that one guy, and it was funny. And I commented to my friend, "Ha ha ha! Isn't that funny? Look at this fucking rube." You know what I mean? This fucking weirdo. And I thought it was gross, so I thought it was pretty funny actually as it was happening. I won't lie. I have a stupid sense of humor. But oops, I'm saying that in front of his girlfriend, and then now here's the story, and it's completely out of context, and it's just fucking fan fiction. I mean, the same people who fucking believe half of the spoilers out there are the same people who are the ones that were sharing this shit. That's like all wrong, you know? So this one right here. So they've been talking 3 days. He sent her super secret leaks, offered her free tickets, and kind of guilted her into feeling bad for him by defending him and called them friends. No. This right here was and I put up the whole chat. The whole chat is available on this channel called "I Would Never Groom a Wookiee." I would never groom whatever. This right here is just complete fucking bullshit. This person was shit talking me on the internet constantly. Apologize, and I was like, "Hey, cool, water under the bridge." And then as the story goes on, or as the conversation goes on, she goes like tells me that her dad is like really sick with cancer and she can't go see The Rise of Skywalker. And I say, hey, if I get hooked up with any movie tickets or whatever, I'll give you the code, so that way she could buy herself a ticket. And for the record, I gave these tickets away on my podcast constantly. This isn't some like really like, oh God, come hang out with me kind of thing. I mean, give me a break. That right there, I gave people these tickets for answering stupid trivia questions. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody's dad, she says her dad is dying of cancer, I'm like, oh, if I get those things, I'll give you one. You know what I mean? It's not that fucking bad. And then so super secret leaks, okay, that one right there. There were these pictures that were floating around. They were going to leak. I think they leaked within 24 hours of that. And I showed her the picture of Rey and Kylo doing their side-by-side thing. I mean, big fucking deal. And then offered her free tickets. Yeah, kind of guilted her. I didn't guilt her into it. I was like, hey, basically, if you could set the record straight without getting yourself any grief, please do, by all means, to your friends, you know? I mean, whatever, man. That's the my child thing where I'm making the jokes about what do you call it? About the Holy Trinity stuff. That's what that is. And then they're taking that and turning it into something else. And then me and Jason never got along, but he was always very rude and made me uncomfortable with his responses. And this whole thing and seeing his response to AHN, I ended up making an article against him, even interviewing other females who were treated horribly by him. I don't even know what this one right here is honestly on about. But yeah, so basically they go and they just take random internet post from 2007 and stuff like that, and then they make it into something that it's not. And but they keep spreading it around to harass me, to try to tarnish my reputation, to make it so if anybody Googles me, that's what comes up. It's like, why are you doing this? You don't know the context. So either it is completely genuine and you really believe this shit. Well, I just gave you the context and now maybe you understand, or it's just about going after somebody and just being a general monster. I don't know which it is, but I would appreciate it if you'd quit. I would appreciate it, if you knew what you were talking about before you go around trying to, get me unfollowed and make people not cover my work or telling people to outright steal my work. Like it's not fair. It's ultimately really, really wrong and it sucks. So, I mean, I don't deserve it. I didn't do the things that you're doing. You're taking a bunch of implications over a fucking decade of word usage and of drama that you don't understand, and then you're taking that and making it into something that it isn't. Now, I'm in no way saying I'm perfect. I'm in no way saying that I haven't made off-color jokes or jokes that I regret, or jokes that I thought it was okay to make when it was me and my friends. It was 5 or 10 of us and nobody's around, and I don't think it's for mass consumption. And I don't think that now, but I thought that then. And for that, I'm sorry. But if you want to go and just keep doing this, like, what is wrong with you? Why would you do that to somebody? I mean, you are doing you're doing a terrible thing, and you're implying all of this stuff about me that isn't accurate or isn't true. And then you're doing it under the guise of like you're this like warrior who's like helping. You're not. You're actually bringing more evil into the world. I don't understand. I don't understand why anybody would do that. But anyways, I hope I clarified it. I hope it makes more sense to you, and then that you could just stop, because it's just old shit out of context for the most part. And it's like it blows my mind. These things come at me like this, and then I'm just like, I don't know how to, like, I just end up clamming up. And then if I clam up and I don't talk about it, then it's true. So it's like, so I guess at this point I just have to fight it forever, and I will. So anyways, I hope you stop. You know what I mean? Shit on me for my typos and my bad writing and my shitty sense of humor, whatever. But to go and to make it sound like I'm a pedophile so that way you could get likes on Twitter, I mean, that sucks. It's so fucking painful. And you're like hurting my life. For what? You're not protecting anybody. Nobody's in danger around me. You know what I mean? And if anybody, and when I, was obviously too comfortable with friendships on the internet, I don't do that anymore. I just don't. I don't talk in DMs. I don't do any. You know what I mean? Like now I know I can't, because if somebody perceives power in this way, then I don't want that to happen. So I don't do that. You know what I mean? I can't have a private internet life, if you will. So fine. You know what I mean? I won't have one. But I mean, anybody who listens to my podcast or watches my, my YouTube show or whatever, they know that my sense of humor, I think, by this point, and I hope it was very apparent when you see those messages. And they're like, well, there's more. And there's probably more, because there's just tons of stupid shit over being on the internet for years. But anyways, I do feel like if I hurt anybody, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? If my sense of humor, my comments hurt anybody, I'm sorry. To the girl in the woman in the chat there, her and I have talked. We're good. You're trying to avenge somebody who we have already worked it out. We had misunderstandings and we worked out the misunderstandings. So I don't know what to say. Just it like leaves me flabbergasted. It really sucks, and it's really, really not accurate. Your takes are not accurate. It's just like violence. It's just this violent thing that just is just designed to hurt. And you're not making anything better. And when I was sorry. I did say I was sorry. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. So what happens? You just have to be Jesus Christ, the most, like, a perfect entity forever. And then if you're not perfect, I'm not perfect. But if you're not perfect forever, then let's get them. Yeah. But once again, if I hurt anybody, I'm sorry. If I made any off-color comments, I am sorry. You know what I mean? If I made any comments or any jokes or whatever that are offensive, and then I apologize. You know what I mean? I don't try to offend anybody. I want to have fun. I try to have fun especially with Star Wars. So, all right. Well, I've said my rambling piece, and I just hope they stop.